Hey guys, I'm Pat LaFemin with Bowsite.com, and I'm here to review the new 2025 Mathews LIFT X. The Mathews LIFT X builds on the platform introduced with last year's Lift with some new innovative features. First, it comes in two sizes, 29.5 and 33 inches axle to axle. This bow that I'm reviewing is the 29.5 inch version, which is better suited to my draw length. While much of the technology associated with last year's Lift was retained in the LIFT X, there is one feature that I flipped over, and that is the new limb shift technology, which makes tuning incredibly fast and incredibly easy. Let me explain. I'm a fanatic about bow tuning and achieving perfect aeroflight. Prior to the LIFT X, if you wanted a perfect paper hole, you had to press your bow, remove the cams, and try a bunch of different sized bushings called top hats until your aeroflight was perfect. The new 2025 LIFT X eliminates all of that. With Mathews' new limb shift technology, you simply adjust the top and bottom cam in relation to the bow. No more trips to the pro shop for tuning, no more removing cams, no more need for a bow press. That is awesome. Mathews has also improved limb consistency and durability with the introduction of Arc 7 limb technology. While I have always found Mathews limbs to be extremely durable and reliable, they just made them better. New grip options have also been introduced this year with the Bond grip system. These grips simply snap onto the bow with no adhesives and allow you to customize the grip to what feels best in your hands. The three grip options introduced are the Engage grip, the Taper grip, and the Contour grip. The best way to find out which grip you like is to go to a pro shop and try them. So let's look at the LIFT X specs. The LIFT X is 29.5 inches axle to axle. Brace height is 6.5 inches. The stated IBO speed is 348 feet per second. Let off is 80 and 85%. Draw length is 24.5 to 30 in half-inch increments. Bow weights are 55 to 80 pounds, and the bow weighs in at just 3.99 pounds. The LIFT X comes in 11 finishes, including 4 camo patterns, 4 solid colors, and 3 fade to black finishes. So now for the subjective portion of this review, let's look at the LIFT X's characteristics as I see them. Balance and feel. This bow has great balance by itself, and it can be customized to your preference with additional bridge lock stabilizers, both forward-facing and rear-facing. It's getting hard to judge the balance and feel for Mathews bows in the last 5 years, as all bows since the V3X are outstanding in this category. Hand shock. This is another category that's hard to compare, as I experienced no hand shock at all, particularly when using the entire LIFT X system. It's basically just a dull thud in your hands. Draw cycle. So I'm on the fence with the draw cycle. With both the Lift and the LIFT X, the valley feels very thin to me. So the slightest creep and that bow wants to take off. For me personally, I wish the valley was a bit more forgiving. However, I do love the back wall on the Lift and the LIFT X. Speed. The LIFT X 29.5 is plenty fast. He even got a bit faster from the original Lift last year and now shoots at 348 feet per second IBO. And it is very stable at that speed. Accuracy. It's always hard to talk about accuracy, so I base my description on how accurate I am shooting with this bow. And the best way to describe it in one word is amazing. I had the bow tuned and ready in just a couple hours, and after 30 minutes of sighting in, I was dead ringing the 10 at 30 yards. I loved my accuracy with this LIFT X 29.5. Now, let's talk about the accessories new this year, starting with this, the new UV Slider sight. It follows all bridge lock configurations and mounts directly into the riser using a dovetail mount. The UV Slider comes in a 1, 3, or 5 pin configuration. It is a slider, so you can flip a locking lever and rotate the elevation wheel based on your preference. Windage is controlled by a micro adjust knob inside the elevation wheel, and you can also configure a return to 0, or in my case, return to 20 yards. The sight also has an integrated rechargeable sight light that can be removed easily. Like all quality sights, it allows for second and third axis adjustments. This is by far the most impressive sight I have ever used. Additional accessories designed for the bridge lock riser are the Ultra Rest Integrate MX2 drop-away rest, low pro detachable quiver, which is my favorite, but they also make a fixed, and the bridge lock stabilizers, which come in a variety of lengths and finishes. My bow arrived in mid-November and I started setting it up the next day. I sighted it in and was so confident in my tune and accuracy that I climbed up into a tree stand here in Ohio that same afternoon. A mature doe fed by my food plot with a bunch of other deer, and I waited for a good shot. She presented a hard quartering way at 20 yards and I absolutely aced it. The deer did not run far, and it was a great way to test my LIFT X. We heard her go down, so I'm not concerned, and there she is, right there. Awesome. Nice big Ohio doe with the 2025 LIFT X. Just fantastic. The LIFT X system, including the UV slider and integrated accessories, is just phenomenal. Mathews just keeps on pushing forward, making great platforms even better. Now, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Go to your Mathews dealer and try out the new 2025 LIFT X. If you want a longer bow, then check out the LIFT X 33. It's important to try any bow before you buy it, and just because I love a bow doesn't mean you will, but I'm pretty sure you're going to love this one, along with all the accessories. As always, thanks for watching this review. Thank you for visiting Bowsite.com, and have a safe and successful bow hunting season.